Does it need to tilt so you can see it up a little bit more? So the top of the screen. But you can't see the sides.
Jacksonville.
Visiting you? What can do there?
He's retired.
What's up there? You was working there? My brother's son was born in India. He was just here. Volvo has a truck factory in North Carolina. He just came when we were 2 months ago.
He'll tell you.
They are very good. Volvo the car. You could drive 200,000-300,000 miles. I've been in Holland. And Volvo buses are popular. Volvo long distance buses, very comfortable.
He said he's probably going to use the mic and walk around a lot. Can you walk?
Yeah, of course. And we went in January to Johnson. Friends of ours retired in the pharmacy. Very big light couldn't stand cold in Chicago. We bought a house in Johnson. Just 8 months ago. Yeah, this is about 6 hours. Have you been to Jacksonville? Yeah, we go downtown. The big highway goes through downtown. We just looked at it. We didn't have a car. But we were already 4 o'clock. And late in the evening.
I like the place where he lives.
How far is it from Jacksonville? 400 miles?
35 minutes. Yeah, 35 minutes.
So maybe I is more for people voting, retirement and all that.
A lot of people like to, they're retired there.
Well,
Anyway,
right? Very interesting.
that's where he lives. No place to.
Did you, after retired, you went to do that?
Just ask her if she can see well.
Okay, okay, excellent. Okay, Shay, we're going to get started in like 4 minutes. Are you
Oh, yeah.
What was your profession?
I was a project engineer for Asia Brown Brewery, ABB, multinational.
My husband was a tool designer.
Actually, which company?
He worked for a company called Contemporary.
Where are they? Cincinnati?
They were in Anderson. No.
volunteer. They are in more. So it is a going volunteer.
That's why my son came, just to help me with taxes.
You can come to us, we do a free. We do free taxes.
Senior action.
Yeah, I used to this year I have one senior action.
I'm a member of senior.
I used to do senior action, maybe I've seen you.
Where do you do it now?
In morning, senior. 1 year senior action. You can sit down.
Sit down. I'm saving one for my son. If he finds it, he will.
There you go, darling. Hit Papa. There you go, darling.
Oh, I do know.
So I'm giving him the talking points about if Facebook Live has questions. So what do you want him to say when he gets to the Q&A part?
Just to enter your questions into the comment. And if you can't
Enter the questions into the comments. If he gets 1,000 questions, though, that may be overwhelming. So let's just have him do questions during Facebook Live.
No, but we won't see. And I'll try to. I'll just ask them questions. They make questions that come in. Let me send them that.
Okay. Is this on now? Am I on there now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Good afternoon. Thank you. Hi, my name is Melinda Gillespie. I'm a registered nurse and community relations coordinator with GHS. I've been with GHS about 10 years. On behalf of Greenville Health System, I want to welcome you to our Wipe Out Colon Cancer Talk. Our mission at GHS is to heal compassionately, teach innovatively, and improve constantly. Our ultimate goal is to help keep you well and to improve your overall health and the health of our community. We do this by encouraging healthy lifestyles, educating our community about eating and living well, and most of all, encouraging people to get fit and to be active. This Lunch and Learn session is just one example of the many educational offerings GHS provides throughout the year at no cost to our community. And now, I would like to introduce our physician speaker, Dr. Cedric McFadden. Dr. McFadden's specialties are colon and rectal surgery. His clinical areas of expertise is cancer and surgery. He attended medical school at Temple University of Philadelphia. He completed his residency training right here in Greenville at GHS. He completed his fellowship in colon and rectal surgery at Georgia Colon and Rectal Surgery Associates. His board certifications include colon and rectal surgery. He is an amazing physician, surgeon, as well as a husband. He enjoys just reading and doing great things in his spare time. Please welcome our presenter, Dr. Cedric McFadden.
Well, good morning, or I guess good afternoon, everyone. All right, so you guys are very brave. It's lunchtime, and we're going to be discussing diseases of the colon and the rectum, so thank you for coming. I'd also like to thank everyone who's watching via Facebook Live. So we've been excited over the month of March, because March is National Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. And we've been able to help spread and share a little bit about this disease. And we're hopefully having more advocates here today that will go out and spread the word. So we look at the numbers. These are numbers based on 2016. 135,000 people were diagnosed with colorectal cancer last year. When we look at the number of people that have actually died from the disease, it's estimated that it's approximately 50,000 people. It's the second leading cause of cancer deaths in the United States. And the reason why this becomes a little bit alarming is because colorectal cancer is one of the few preventable cancers. So we're looking at 50,000 people that may be dying from a disease that we can prevent. At 5 years, across all stages, 65% of patients with colorectal cancer are still alive. But here's the key. If we catch the disease early, the patient has a better chance of surviving. So if it's localized disease, meaning just around the colon itself, we're talking about 90% survival rate. However, if we left that cancer there to grow, and now it's spread in other areas, the lungs, the liver, the survival obviously is much lower. So we're going to talk about several things today. We're going to talk about some anatomy. We're going to talk about how we do surgery. We're going to talk about colon health itself. And we're going to talk about several myths that are very common as it relates to colorectal cancer. This is a common myth that we sometimes hear patients or people in the population say that colorectal cancer is a cancer that affects only old white men. Now, obviously that's not a true statement, but what we do find is that colorectal cancer is most frequently diagnosed in this age group, 65 to 74. The median age of diagnosis is 68, and the lifetime risk of someone being affected with colorectal cancer is 5%, so 1 out of every 20. If you look, when we separate between men versus females, men versus women, men 1 in 21, women 1 in 23. So if you look around this room today and you sort of part yourself up into groups of 20, you can kind of see how many people in this room may be affected with colorectal cancer. African Americans have the highest risk of developing colorectal cancer. African Americans have the highest risk of dying from colorectal cancer. And African Americans have higher stages at diagnosis. And the reasons behind this are somewhat unknown. Is it related to genetics? Is it related to diet? Is it related to lifestyle? We're not exactly sure. But this comes into play as we talk about when should we start checking and testing and finding out whether someone has cancer or those precancer lesions. But not everything about colon cancer is bad news. Here's some of the good news. Because of opportunities like this, where we're speaking to people, because of social media, because we're spreading the word, we've actually seen that the incidence has dropped 30% in the U.S. Katie Couric had her colonoscopy on television. Dr. Oz did the same. And so obviously we're decreasing or detaching some of the stigma that's associated with this disease. There's been a 30% decrease in mortality rate, and 60% of deaths we know can be avoided with screening. So who's actually dying from it? Well, age is a risk factor. And the older you are, the more likely you are to die from colorectal cancer. This slide here is perhaps one of the more troublesome slides, because although the overall numbers in the U.S. have been steadily decreasing over the past 15 to 20 years, rates of colorectal cancer in people under the age of 50 have actually been increasing. If you paid attention to the newspaper, we actually shared our story maybe last week, one of our patients who was 28 when she started having symptoms, and was in her mid-30s when she was ultimately diagnosed with colorectal cancer. So it can affect any age. What we typically find is that as patients are younger, the symptoms are perhaps ignored by the patient. And unfortunately, in some cases, maybe even dismissed by their doctor as being related to other things, hemorrhoids, fissures, or tears. And in some cases, patients may have to advocate that they actually receive diagnostic tests for symptoms that they may be having. But the median age of younger patients is 44, and out of this age group, 3 out of the 4 are going to be diagnosed in their 40s. We're not exactly sure why this is the case. Is it related to diet? Is it related to our lifestyle of being perhaps more sedentary? But we're not exactly sure.
Doctor, I have a question.
Yes.
It's even hard for people to be diagnosed at that age. I don't know how ready their health insurance is to pay for that.
You brought up health insurance. That is a really important point you make. His question or his statement was, at that age, how readily available are the health insurances and other providers that covering diagnostic tests? And we'll talk a little bit about that toward the middle of the presentation. Colorectal cancer is made of 2 words, colo and rectal. Okay, for all intents and purposes, it's the same organ, but it's considered to be in 2 different regions here. So the colon and the rectum. The colon and the rectum represents the large intestines or the large bowel. Okay, it's a hollow tube. It's approximately 6 feet long, or if you were to take it and stretch it out, it's probably about as tall as you are. Okay, and there are 4 layers in the wall of the colon and the rectum. This is a picture here, and I promise the pictures won't get much more graphic than this, and you can continue eating your lunch. So I like to tell patients that the colon essentially frames the abdomen, like a picture framework. There are several parts to the colon. There's the ascending on the right side of the colon, the transverse, the descending or left colon, and this funny S-shaped or sigmoid portion of the colon. The layers of the wall, if you can imagine like a banana, you kind of peel a banana, there's another layer beneath, there's another layer. There's 4 layers that come into play here, from the mucosa to the serosa. And this comes into play, and we'll bring it up again later when we talk about how these cancers spread and how they're staged. So the colon, again, begins there, and it encompasses all of this area that you see encircled. Now the rectum is the bottom 5 to 6 inches or 15 centimeters of the large intestines. It's the part that you see down here. And again, this is important, and we'll clarify why we make this distinction, especially when we talk about how it's treated and what the options are. So how does cancer start? Well, cancer begins in the innermost layer, or the mucosa. And for whatever reason, there is a mutation in the genes that lead to unregulated growth of tissue. And this unregulated growth of tissue can lead to a polyp. And a polyp that is precancerous is called an adenomatous polyp. Not every polyp is a precancer type of polyp. And that's why when we have a patient that will come in to say, well, I had a colonoscopy 5 years ago and I had polyps, sometimes we try to do our homework to actually figure out what type of polyps were actually present, because not every polyp will actually lead to a cancer. But those that do are called adenomatous polyps. And this cancer grows through the bowel wall. Here's a picture through an endoscopy or through a colonoscopy that shows a polyp. This is actually a drawing of that same polyp as it grows inside the lining, which is why colonoscopies become very important to find these polyps when they're these size. And I'll show you another picture of that later. So myth number 2, this is perhaps one of the biggest myths we hear, is that I don't want to have surgery because if I have cancer, the air is going to cause the cancer to spread. And this is a rumor. It's probably started for a couple of different reasons. One thing that we found is that before a patient gets to the operating room for surgery, there are several tests, several x-rays that are done. But these tests are not 100%. And sometimes the patient's told, well, the cancer is in this location, we fly into the operating room, and now we see that the cancer is perhaps more extensive than was initially thought to be. And so that's led many people to perhaps believe that, well, once they expose the cancer to the air, it spread, and now we're in a different stage. But cancer spreads through several different ways, through those 4 layers of the bowel wall, through the inside of the abdomen, and through the lymph nodes, even through the bloodstream. Now the lymphatics, or the lymph nodes, are very important as we relate it to staging and how we characterize these cancers. If you can imagine the lymphatic system as the interstate of the body. So for instance, you can leave this room, go to your car, and you can get on 385. You can get on 85. From that, you can go to Atlanta, you can go to California, you can even go as far as Detroit. Okay, so pick a spot. The same thing happens with the lymph nodes. If you have a lymph node that has cancer involved, that lymph node can then travel through the lymphatic, through the interstate of the body, throughout the body. So it can travel to the lungs, it can travel to the liver, and this is one example of how this cancer is spread. There's 3 letters that we talk about when we refer to staging. One of the first questions that people will come in after getting diagnosed with colorectal cancer is, well, what stage am I? And these letters here are not exclusive to colorectal cancer. It's actually seen in other types of cancers as well. So we talk about the T, or the tumor, or how much the tumor itself is penetrated through those 4 layers of the bowel wall, meaning how deep have the roots grown. Okay? The N, how many lymph nodes are involved? And then, whether they're spread to other parts of the body or not. And so this picture here shows several things, but I'll point out a few important things. Number 1, stage 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see that it's involved in multiple stages or multiple layers of the bowel wall. Obviously, by the time we get to stage 4, it's involving all of those layers. Stage 0, stage 1 is obviously involving fewer. Another thing that you can pick out is, so this is the movement of the bowel. So Mr. Poop is traveling along, right? And at some point, he's meeting resistance. And so it shows you as tumors or as cancers get larger, it's more likely to potentially cause problems with blockages in the passage of stool in normal fashion. Another thing that you can pick up from this slide is this sort of ring structure here. These represent lymph nodes. And we talked earlier about how those lymph nodes can spread the cancer to other areas of the body. And so that's what happens. By the time we've got to these higher staged cancers, they're actually involving lymph nodes, and that then can potentially spread the cancer to other areas of the body. So myth number 3. If I have surgery for colorectal cancer, I'm going to have a bag. Now, again, so after the patient gets over the shock of having cancer, The next question is, am I going to have to wear the bag? Okay? And so the answer to that question is no. You know, under elective conditions, colorectal surgery doesn't always require use of an ostomy. It may be required temporarily. In some cases, it's required permanently, but that's certainly not universally the case. So this slide here shows the various types of surgery that can be performed. So my father is a contractor, and so he actually tells his buddies or his friends that I'm a plumber, because that's essentially what we're doing. It's pretty simple. We're taking out the bad part, and we're putting the two good pieces back together. So if you can imagine if there was a cancer that was here, or here, we're connecting good stuff here to good stuff there. But what happens if that cancer is really, really low, almost to the anus itself? Well, you can imagine you have to have a good landing zone. And that might be a case where the patient may require a permanent stone. So the way that we treat colorectal cancer is based on the stage. We talked about the T, M, and N. And that's how we sort of dictate what treatment options the patient may have. So for colon cancer, this is what we separate from colon from rectal cancer. But for colon cancer, stage 0, 1, and 2, we're talking about surgery. By the time we're getting to stage 3, we're introducing the concept of chemotherapy to the patient. And stage 4, there are a couple of different options, but you know, these are some options, chemotherapy and surgery. Rectal cancer is a little bit different. Remember I showed you the picture of the rectum sort of sitting at the bottom. It's sort of in the pelvis, which is a very tight, somewhat confining space. As such, we introduce the concept of radiation, or treatment of radiation for rectal cancer, that we normally don't bring into the discussion for colon cancer. And so for rectal cancer, it's a little bit different because stage 2s and stage 3s, we bring into the discussion regarding radiation. Surgery doesn't always mean an incision from stem to sternum, okay? We obviously been using minimally invasive techniques such as laparoscopy. Most people recognizing now when gallbladders are done with a laparoscope, where patients have smaller incisions with a quicker return to bowel function. But it's the same surgery, so it's the same principles performed with no differences in complications, mortality, readmissions, or even survival rates. And this is surgery that we do quite readily at our facilities here in Greenville. Another technology that we incorporate is the use of robotics. And so this is the one slide that my 10-year-old son gets most excited about because he thinks that I'm playing video games all day at work, which, you know, it is obviously one technology to incorporate where essentially I'm sitting at a console, say in the corner of the room, on the side of the room. And in the middle here, this is one of the partners here, Dr. Costello. He's actually at the patient's bedside as an assistant. And we're able to use this technology, I think, to the benefit of the patient. Obviously, our visualization is better. Sometimes we're operating in the pelvis, which can be very tight, especially if it's a really low-lying cancer. It can help with how well we're able to do the surgery itself. Patients particularly may have an early return of bowel function. They may need to go home soon. And again, we're talking about smaller incisions. And this is technology that we're using here at our facilities. So method number 4. Colorectal cancer will show signs or symptoms, so I don't need to be screened. And that is not true. So how do we find colorectal cancer? Well, it's based on either one of two things. Either the patient's having symptoms, or they're not having any problems at all, and they come for a routine test. What are the symptoms of colorectal cancer? We're talking about bleeding in or on the stool, a change in bowel habits, narrowed stools, abdominal discomfort, bloating, vomiting, diarrhea, feeling that you're not quite completely evacuated, but you feel like you should evacuate. I didn't put over here, but even passage of mucus could potentially be a sign that something's going on. Weight loss for no apparent reason abdomen, rectal bleeding, and constant tiredness. Now, I gave this talk a couple of weeks ago in New Orleans. When came up to me afterwards, and she was just terrified. Because she says, you know, all those symptoms, I have all of that. And just because you have some, all of these symptoms does not mean that you have colorectal cancer, okay? But these are symptoms that we commonly see in patients presenting with colorectal cancer. But there are a number of things that can cause these symptoms. You know, hemorrhoids can cause bleeding, right? Changing your diet can cause weight loss, even a change in your bowel habits. And so it becomes imperative that we not only, especially in that group we talked about earlier, that under 50, where patients say, well, I'm having some bleeding, I have some hemorrhoids, some bleeding's coming from my hemorrhoids. Well, that may be true. And I tend to believe that if I'm treating the patient for hemorrhoids, or I'm treating the patient for whatever symptoms they're having, and they're not getting better, I think we have to do due diligence to make sure we're not missing something. And that's when we say, well, maybe we should talk about doing something like a colonoscopy to make sure.
One symptom is constipation. One symptom of cancer, colon cancer, is constipation. My question is, if a person takes a laxative and has a bowel movement every day, does that mean that he is sort of having colon cancer?
So
Does
it's-
it have to be that the bowel movement?
So that is a question I'm going to answer probably in 3 slides. It's like I'm cleaning to the audience to ask that question. So, but here's the key. We don't want people to wait for these symptoms. We want people to show up when they're not having any problems at all. Because generally speaking, by the time a patient's having symptoms, it's a higher possibility that they have a higher stage cancer. And remember we talked about earlier we catch this, the greater possibility that we go for cure. And the greater possibility of an extended survival. So screening means different methods for different people. Colonoscopy is, I think, the most effective way, but for some people, regardless of how much we speak, regardless of how much we sing and dance, they're not going to have a colonoscopy. I mean, some people perhaps can't have a colonoscopy. And so we've had to come up with other ways for screening. But we do know that with screening, we can prevent colorectal cancer. And greater than 90%, again, can be cured if it's diagnosed early. And more than 40,000 lives a year can be saved with simple surveillance and early treatment. And despite all of this, 1 in 3 people are not up to date with colorectal cancer screening. So do the math. Okay? So there's several different ways in which we screen. Whether it's fecal blood testing, flexible sigmoidoscopy, barium enemas, CT scans or virtual CT or virtual colonoscopy, and of course colonoscopy. This slide here is purposely busy. There's a lot of information on this slide. There's several things that the slide will indicate. It shows some of the different options for screening. But for average people, we're talking about not having any problems, not having any problems in their colonoscopy. We're talking about every 10 years. However, if the patient has elected that they're not going to do the colonoscopy, they're not going to do it, they're going to do the fecal testing, that frequency isn't every 10 years. That frequency changes. Okay? So for the FIT testing, or for the fecal blood testing, we're talking every year. For the CT colonography, every 5 years. And if you're opting to do a flexible sigmoidoscopy, 3 to 5 years. Some form of screening is better than no screening. And so for some patients, we'll take whatever leeway they'll give us so we can actually screen them. Right? Additionally, with each of these methods, if something comes back positive, if there's a red flag from any of these tests, the patient still perhaps going to be referred for a colonoscopy, because during a colonoscopy we can actually see the lesion and perhaps biopsy. So who gets the screening test? Well, everyone does. And when does it start? Well, it depends. It starts at different times for different people. And we base it on several risk factors. Average risk, we're talking 50 years of age. So by the time you turn 50 years old, an average risk patient should have had a colonoscopy. However, higher risk, it's individualized. And so that's why it's very important that you don't take the word of your neighbor and say, well, my neighbor's does every 10 years, so I'm going to have mine also every 10 years. It depends. It depends on your risk factors. It depends on what they found during your initial colonoscopy. And so that can influence how frequently you're screened. African Americans, the American College of Gastroenterology recommends African Americans be screened between the age of 45. That has more to do with, again, the higher rate or higher risk of the disease and even dying from the disease. So what are the risk factors of colorectal cancer? So age. And even though we talked about those under the age of 50 having higher incidences of colorectal cancer, age is still a risk factor for colorectal cancer. The older you are, the higher your risk of getting colorectal cancer.
So you recommend after age 75 still colonoscopy, or do you have any other means of non-invasive methods?
So as far as after the age of 75, no more colonoscopies. And, that's a different, that question has several different layers on it. Because in some instances, many of the recommendations say at age 75 to no longer perform colonoscopies. Some of us have some challenge or some issues with that, as we may have some 75-year-old patients that may live another 20, 25 years, who are perhaps healthier than some 40-year-old patients. And in some cases, we have to have individualized conversations with the patients.
You showed highest death rate between 75 to 84 is the highest death rate. That's what I am asking. So if we don't do any colonoscopy, highest death rate is between, you showed that.
Right, and so some of that has to do with how healthy is the patient at the time of surgery. What are the comorbidities that are associated at the time of needing surgery or treatments for colorectal cancer?
So, what was the answer to my question? If you take the last day,
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
you said two slides.
2 slides, give me a few more. Give me a few more. All right. So personal history of colorectal cancers and polyps. So if you've had polyps before, there's a greater risk you can have more polyps and obviously have colorectal cancer. A family history of colorectal cancer. So that's talking about mom, dad, brother, sister. Okay? Certainly, if they've had colorectal cancer, you should have screenings that should begin at least 10 years before the age at which they were diagnosed. So mom was 42. When she got colon cancer, they got 32, you should begin screening. Okay? Second-degree relatives such as cousins, aunts, uncles, grandparents. Generally, we don't get as excited about those, but if there are multiple second-degree relatives, or if second-degree relatives were diagnosed at a very young age, that might indicate increased risk. Family history generally does not mean husband or wife, because in general you're not related to husband and wife. I like to clarify that because patients will come in and say, well, my husband has colon cancer, so my risk is a little bit higher. That's, in most cases, not the case. Inflammatory bowel disease, Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, diets that are high in red and processed meats, high in nitrates. Physical inactivity, which then leads to obesity. Smoking is never a good thing for you. Alcohol use, diabetes, previous radiation treatments, and your race that we talked about earlier, ethnic background. So these are some of the risk factors that may indicate that someone needs to be screened before the age of 50. These are also some of the risk factors that may change the frequency of which the screening or the examinations are actually performed.
So, if you've had non-cancerous polyps in the past, does that foreshadow that maybe you should have it more frequently, and then maybe they might in the future become cancerous?
So, if you've had non-cancerous polyps, meaning non-adenomatous polyps or hyperplastic polyps, they themselves have no cancer potential. The challenge is, a lot of the times people don't know, especially say you've moved and you don't have a copy of your reports, or you're not exactly sure what the doctor may have told you. You don't have access to some of those records. We sometimes don't know exactly. Patients just hear, I had polyps. Okay? But if you've had non-cancer polyps, they do not increase the risk of having cancer. All right. So myth number 5. No one wants a colonoscopy because they unpleasant, uncomfortable, difficult to prepare for. And by a show of hands, how many folks have had a colonoscopy? Wow, awesome. Really good. Really good. I'm not going to get you to show your hands on this question, but generally speaking, many patients after the colonoscopy, after they've done the prep, right, will say, you know, it wasn't that bad. It's a great nap, and didn't know a thing. The colonoscopy itself is a procedure where long flexible tubes passed around the entire large intestine. We're looking at it there through a monitor. We're able to see everything we need to see about what's happening inside the colon. Right? That video is not shared with anyone but us in the room. So patients come in all the time, they want a copy of it, they want to know what's on YouTube or Facebook, they don't do that. But we're able to see everything that we need to see during the procedure. And these are some of the pictures that we can actually see during the colonoscopy that can be helpful for diagnosing various pathologies. It's about a 30-minute procedure. Someone generally has to drive you home. We give you sleeping medicine, go home. Myth number 6, if I have polyps, it means I have cancer. And this picture here, obviously, the answer is false. Not all polyps are cancerous. And just because you have a polyp doesn't mean you have colon cancer. Right? There are different types of polyps. Polyps that have a stalk, kind of like the one I showed you earlier, that was kind of like an umbrella with a mushroom kind of on top, versus these flat sessile polyps without a stalk. This is for normal colon. This is a sessile polyp or really flat polyp, and this is more of a pedunculated polyp. This particular mass here has gotten to the point we're probably not going to be as successful at removing that during the colonoscopy. So again, it shows why a colonoscopy is important, because when we find these polyps when they're like this or like this, we're better able to actually get rid of any potential cancer-forming tissue. Okay? So that's why it's important that you have your colonoscopy.
Do they keep coming back over and over
They
once?
can. They can. And that's why that follow-up is based on what's found in the colonoscopy. It's individualized. So, for instance, if you've had a colonoscopy and you had 3 or 4 precancerous polyps, we're going to be looking again in about 3 years.
Well, if they're not cancerous, they still just keep coming back?
So, if a patient has non-cancer type polyps, you can still have more non-cancer type polyps present. And the screening, again, will be based on what's found in the colonoscopy and the other risk factors. So myth number 7, if I cleanse my colon, I'm not going to have colon cancer. It's a big, people get very excited about not having a sick colon, that the colon's clean, you're going to be well. Doctors warn against letting it build up. It stops you from absorbing vitamins, minerals, and nutrients and food. It's a disaster. It's a pretty scary picture there. What's the role of the colon? The colon primarily is responsible for preparing normal waste products for elimination. So when it's time to poop, the colon holds it until you're at a place and time where it's appropriate to do so. Okay? It also helps absorb salt and water. The left colon is responsible for storage and expulsion. There is an abundance of bacteria present in the colon. So regardless of how clean you think your colon is going to be, there's still bacteria present in the colon. You know, this isn't new technology using colonics. It's invented over 100 years ago. Hygienists perform this procedure using more water than is found in those enemas, and they're pumping water through the tube in the rectum. There can be some issues with colonics, whether the patient's getting too much water instilled, whether or not there's any damage to the intestines from placing the tube in place. But there are better ways to colon health, I believe. Diets that are low in fats, processed meats, plenty of water, and fiber. The doctor would say about 20 to 35 grams of fiber per day. And this hemisphere, we don't really do as good a job as in other places. But that fiber is responsible for normalizing and regulating bowel function. And we also get a protective role against cancer from the virus.
You said something about the ethnic background and diet. is there any, what's your opinion on consuming capsicum or spicy food in the rations? Does it prevent cancerous polyps?
So spicy foods themselves, I don't believe they themselves are considered to be sort of leading to cancer. They can cause other problems, but they themselves should not do that.
His question was, were they therapeutic? Not that they cause problems.
No.
Were they better for you if you eat?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
No. So where are we going in the future? One other picture I want to show you. So this answers this question here about this idea about bowel movements, about using laxatives, about how frequently you should be going, about how your bowels should move. And everyone wants to be normal. But first of all, normal doesn't mean the same for everyone. Okay, there's some patients that have one bowel movement a day. There are some patients I see that have one bowel movement a week. Okay? What we define constipation is fewer than 3 bowel movements per week for greater than or equal to 12 weeks. Okay, so that's the actual medical diagnosis or definition of constipation. But normal can be up to 3 times a day or as few as 3 a week. Where we get concerned, and what raises the flag, is when someone who used to go 3 times a day is now going once a week. Or someone who's going once a week now is going 5 times a day. When there's a change in whatever that normal has been, obviously that's a red flag and it could be a problem. The constipation is a symptom, not a disease. So where are we going in the future as it relates to colorectal cancer now? Well, talk about stem cell research, gene-targeted therapy, and improving screening techniques, markers, looking at ways that they can check the stool, blood, even urine for colorectal cancer. Of course, improvements in radiation techniques. This is almost a takeaway. Your prognosis is dependent on the stage of the cancer at the diagnosis. And knowing that colorectal cancer can be prevented. So the earlier we can get there, the better it is for the patient. We don't want people to wait for symptoms. We want people to have a colonoscopy. Right? And that's why programs such as this today, speaking to you on Facebook Live, you sharing it with the people that you know, again, this helps with the overall decrease in incidence that we've seen in colorectal cancer. Thank you. So we're going to ask, are you still doing questions? So if you're on Facebook Live and you want to send your question, you can send that one through the comment section, and Linda and Shirley will get it to us. Yes, your question.
You mentioned narrow stools, incomplete evacuation, and the mucus. If you're seeing that, and that prompted me to get my colonoscopy. And at the time, the doctor said my colon looked like a baby's colon. It was beautiful, he said. Should I still? Yeah, he said it was beautiful. I thought, oh, good. Should I? And I'm still seeing that. Is that something I should? Is there a reason why the mucus, from time to time comes up?
So there can be a number of things that can lead to increased mucus production. Sometimes people can have colorectal pathologies such as hemorrhoids that can lead to increased mucus. Sometimes there can be things such as fistulas that can lead to excessive drainage. So it may be cause or reason to have a very focused examination to look for other reasons for that.
Did you say that after age 75 it's not necessary for a colonoscopy?
So again, many of the societies recommend no longer performing colonoscopies after age 75, but that isn't a conversation I have with each patient, and we kind of discuss what their lifestyle is like, what their health is like, and can decide what we want to do.
Earlier you said that if you had a colonoscopy without like 3 or 4 polyps, you would recommend follow for 3 years. Is there a number, like what if you only found 1?
So if a patient just has one precancerous polyp, instead of waiting that 10 years, I might do it in 5 years. That is what I recommend. It's a precancerous polyp with no other risk factors, etc. It's only probably 5 years.
How quickly do those polyps grow?
So generally speaking, colon polyps are slow growing. Colon cancer is really slow growing cancer. We're talking about 5 years for a polyp to form, and then 5 years for it to become a cancer. But again, there can be differences in individuals based on all the risk factors.
We see a lot of commercials with this Colorectal. What in a sense for moderate to low risk factors. Can you comment on that?
So again, it's another form. The chart I showed that had all the different types of screening methods. It's another type of screening that patients can then not have a colonoscopy. Again, that's probably not going to be the patient who's had a history of colorectal cancer. It's probably not going to be the patient who's obviously having symptoms. If you're having symptoms, we need to be performing a diagnostic procedure for what's going on. So that's why you can't basically make one rule apply to everyone and low average risk patients. It's one additional option. And keeping in mind with that type of test, that screening frequency may not be 10 years. It may be more like every 1 to 3 years based on the screening test that's chosen.
But if that detects it, how far along could that cancer be? I'm saying, how sensitive is that for picking up? Does it pick up like if you have a polyp, a precancerous polyp?
Sure. Well, you got to keep in mind that, traditionally the colonoscopy has been the gold standard. Now, could there be a small polyp that's not picked up by one of the other screening modalities? Yes. And could things be more far gone if you're picking up more than the markers? I don't really have an answer to that question exactly. But I do know that if the patient's presenting that they're having blood, being present, obviously that's perhaps a more advanced issue that could be the case. Now, again, there are other things that can cause some of those symptoms. But if we're talking about a polyp that's causing symptoms or a cancer that's already there, if it's producing symptoms, it's probably a little further along or higher stage.
If you do find blood in the occult blood test in the feces, so what is the next step if you do find blood? Can be from the hemorrhoids?
So the next, so hemorrhoids can cause bleeding. If that is found, the patient, at least in my hands, is going to be recommended to have a colonoscopy.
Colonoscopy radio, not sigmoidoscopy.
I would perform colonoscopy because I can look at the entire colon. So the sigmoidoscopy is another endoscopic procedure, but it only looks at the bottom portion of the large intestine. So the colonoscopy can look at the entire large bowel, so we can get a more thorough examination.
Are there other cancers that predispose you to colon cancer?
So there are certain genetic syndromes that can lead make you at higher risk. We talk about Lynch syndrome. We talk about familial type cancers. For instance, if patients have family members that have had ovarian, uterine, endometrial, all those sorts of cancers kind of grouped together, it may make you at a slightly higher risk for colorectal cancer. If you've had radiation for, say, cervical cancer, that may increase the risk of colorectal cancer because of the radiation exposure.
What about chemotherapy? I've had a blood cancer,
so chemotherapy itself doesn't.
Okay.
If a person has a colonoscopy and the doctor removes 6 polyps, but he failed to remove 2 polyps, would that say contribute to a cancer because the person has to do another colonoscopy in 5 or 6 years?
So if there were 2 polyps that were left behind.
Will that all become cancer?
So potentially it could, but I guess I'd have to have more information about, were they left behind knowingly or were they left behind unknowingly? Meaning, if they were not seen, if the polyps were not seen, yes, they could potentially continue to grow. If there was a large polyp or mass that could not be removed with the colonoscopy, there may be plans to let's come back at a different time to do a different procedure for that polyp, or does it mean that you have to come back for surgery to remove that area if the polyp or mass itself could be removed with the colonoscopy? So anything left behind potentially be
The first colonoscopy was sort of back in the day, because two polyps were not removed, they grown up.
They can. And so that's why if you've had 6 polyps in the colonoscopy with precancerous polyps, we shouldn't have to be waiting 5 years. We should be doing it at a much shorter interval.
Yeah, you mentioned that having a colonoscopy would not hurt. But I got news for you. Yeah, I had one. I had a very
In a
and then he wrapped that thing up on the coal. And I stopped it. I said, hey, you ain't going any further. Then after that, well, I've had about 15. After that, though, I was put out.
Yeah.
So, put me to sleep.
Yeah.
It didn't hurt then.
Well, so variant enema is another test that, small catheters placed through the bottom, and there's, obviously variant inserted and multiple pictures taken. Very cumbersome test. Can be powerful. Now, are there exceptions to the rule, and might patients still have an unpleasant experience with colonoscopy? Yes. Okay. We do everything within our power to ensure that it doesn't happen. We tend to have our anesthesia folks there. We tend to as good a sedation as we can do. The majority of our patients actually state that it's not as bad as we thought it was going to be. But yes, there are exceptions to the rule for that. Any other questions?
Is there any workplace irritants that will kind of cause it, like fiberglass work or asbestos work?
Not as so much for colon cancer. Certainly those are red flags for other types of cancers, such as lung, etc. The big ones that we get concerned about are things that we're ingesting just for eating. We're eating lots of processed meats, and we're talking about hot dogs, ham, bologna, meats that are cooked very well done, a lot of charcoal, a lot of really prepared foods, cured meats. Those are the risk factors that we just ingest from what we eat on a frequent basis in this country. Any other questions? Yes.
Why do they not worry about checking the small intestines?
So, why do they not worry about checking the small intestines? Well, so you can have cancers of the small intestine. At this point, I don't believe there's any real screening set up for primary cancers of the small intestine. There are other ways in which small intestine is commonly evaluated in certain high-risk patients. For instance, patients that have inflammatory bowel disease, such as Crohn's disease, they may be getting evaluations of their small intestines with either capsule endoscopy, where they swallow the pill and take pictures around the entire small intestines, or certain x-rays or MRIs that can look more specifically at the small intestine, but just on a routine basis, it's not one of the ones that's just done.
So the colonoscopy can't be done to the small intestine, it's just the large.
So you can have endoscopy of anything. Okay? The colonoscopy is an endoscopy where a camera is placed through the large intestines, and occasionally we'll actually get into the terminal ileum, or the last part of the small intestine. There are other ways to look at the small intestines, whether it's like an upper endoscopy, where we do the light down the throat, into the stomach, into the small intestines, and there are other different ways that other gastroenterologists will use as well. Questions?
Dr. McFadden, we have a Facebook Live watcher who has submitted a question for you. And she says that she was told to return in 3 years because of a polyp. If I'm polyp-free when I return to have my next one, when will I need to go back?
Again, depending on the risk factors, it's likely that within 5 years, if it's completely probably space out the next one to maybe 5 years instead of 3.
If you have the narrow stool, is that a possibility that it could be in the lower part? If something could be going on in the lower part of the large intestine?
Yes. Yes.
So it wouldn't be something in the other areas, but more likely something in the lower.
A lot of what ifs, but yeah, I'd still recommend doing the colonoscopy to be sure.
Okay.
Yes, one last question.
Yeah, I saw on there, and I'm not going to pronounce this right, where the seeds were, the little seed was caught in when they were doing the colonoscopy,
Diverticulosis, yes.
Okay, so is that an issue if they find any seeds?
So diverticular are very common, essentially in little pockets that can be around the large intestine. They can involve any part of the large intestine. They themselves are not cancerous. They don't lead to cancer. They can cause problems such as diverticulitis where they become inflamed. They can cause areas of bleeding. They can sometimes produce similar symptoms of a cancer, and that's why it's important just that it's followed that you're having symptoms that we identify what's present with the animal.
What do you do to prevent that? Because last time I had mine, he said there were some seeds stuck in there.
Yeah, there's not, we can talk about plenty of fiber in the diet to reduce episodes of constipation. That's perhaps the one thing that you can do, just dietary-wise. There's really nothing else you can do to it.
That was very informative. Let's give him another big round of applause. We certainly appreciate that, Dr. McFadden. Thank you all for joining us today for our Wi-Fi colon cancer lunch and learn. We have some information for you at the table. If you would please take the opportunity to complete your evaluation. That gives us some input and some information about upcoming lunch and learns that we will be proceeding with. Also, we also have an event form for other upcoming events that we have at GHS. Please take that form with you. Please register to attend some of the other events that we have ongoing. This concludes our Wi-Fi colon cancer lunch and learn. It's been a pleasure to have you here with us today. Thank you very much for coming.
Going backwards, so I make sure I don't just trying to get over that thing. And I'm sorry I sat there. I should have sat on the other side of it. I can't hear real well, and I just want to make sure I can hear. I didn't know, so people were doing that online.